Finally TV. Party people, here we are. It is your boy Gabriel back in the building again. Voice of the Valley. Coming to you from Beacon, New York. And remember, just don't dream, inspire. Don't just imagine, create. And just don't believe, achieve. That's the way it goes down right here on Finally TV.
You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Cans.
This is Naeem Chanel, and you are now watching Finally TV on YouTube.
Yo, what up? It's Mr. Pigs.
Check it out, it's your boy DJ Kirk Crazy, and you now watching Final TV on YouTube.
Pet peeves you might have as far as just people in general, life in general. What's a pet peeve for Betty Blanco?
Just stay wavy.
So you don't like when people ain't wavy?
Yeah, nah, it's whack.
Yeah.
Just stay wavy, do your thing.
Yeah.
It's your boy, DJ Bill Skills, representing for Finally TV.
Yo, what's up? This is Grills. You watching Finally TV. We taking them to the moon.
This your girl, Riss, and you're watching Finally TV on YouTube.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Lee Jones. Peace, everybody. You already know what it is. New York's #1 tastemaker, DJ King James NYC, and you are watching Finally TV right here on YouTube.
Today, I have a guest in-house. He goes by Eccentric Ren. Say hello, sir.
What's going on? My name is Eccentric Ren, and here to Finally TV do an interview. Should be pretty fire.
Oh, yes, it should be. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you. Heard about you early on in the Finally TV days last year. Kind of lost touch a little bit, circled back, and here you are. So it's nice to have you, man.
Yeah, man. Nice to be here.
That's what's up. So let's set it right off. Let people know about you a little bit, get a little insight on you, and I'm sure you're gonna grow this fan base even a little bit more today. You sound good with that?
Yeah. Sounds
Okay.
fire.
Let's go. So where were you born, and how'd you end up in the Hudson Valley?
I was born right here in Vassar Hospital, actually.
Okay.
And I've always been living here my whole life. My family was born in the city. Everyone, my sister, my mom, and my dad. But I was born here, and I went to Ketchum High School, and then, I've just been living in Wappingers the whole time.
Okay, there you go. I'm an old Wappingers head myself, except I did the J thing. Hey, Patriots. So being in Wappingers and all that good stuff, I heard a little bit about you, expand a little bit. I've seen you up in Poughkeepsie performing. I heard you've been out in Texas performing and all that good stuff. So kudos to you. So tell us, man, why are you here today?
Well, I'm here to kind of just branch out and because I know a lot of people are always asking me about specific stuff with my music and everything, and I get a couple messages about stuff, and I figured, go and interview, clear some stuff out, people can know a little bit more about me, all that. Mm-hmm. And my first time doing an interview, and I figured I should probably just let some stuff out there, so I don't have to just answer questions randomly from people.
Okay, and what is it that you do? You rap, you sing, what we got going on? Yeah,
I make rap. I like to classify myself as heartbreak trap kind of genre. I have trap beats and everything, a trap style, but all my lyrics are about heartbreak and all that stuff, just a bunch of sad stuff.
Okay, there you go, you go. And would you say because the harder times in life inspires you more to do music and you need to let it out that way, or do you feel like that's what people want to hear?
I think it's originally I was people everyone wants to hear a bunch of sad stuff, and everyone likes hearing a bunch of depressing music and everything, but the more I went through my life and going through a lot of stuff that's happened to me, and then I just kind of put it into my own words, my own songs, and it gets to the point where I'm not even thinking about how I'm gonna write this lyric. I'm I'm gonna do this next, but it's really I'm just gonna talk about someone who I might miss and just put into a song and just kind of glaze over it and not really put much thought into it. So, it's every song is really about somebody, and it really does mean something, but I kind of just, toss it off as it's another song, another lyric or whatever.
Got you. Okay. And when would you say you realized what your passion was? How did you know that you wanted to express yourself through music? When did that happen for you?
I always loved music, listened to it a lot, like everybody. But when I was young, I used to just write a bunch of random lyrics and not really do nothing with it. I just used to write it. And then my friends one day had wrote a song together, and we didn't record anything, just wrote it. So then I was like, you know what, let me try this, and I want to do it. It seems like it could be easy. And then I just started since then, and I've just been writing ever since. And me and those friends, we were in a group called DPJD. And then from there I left that group, and then I joined with my friend Waveless, and we made a group called Civil Motion and Lost Tribe. And then that broke off, and now I'm just kind of doing my own stuff on my own, and just making music, having fun.
Got you. Okay, there you go. And so that kind of tells us how long you've been doing this now. As far as, have you been going to like studios and stuff recording? You recording at home? Like, what do you got going on?
I have one of the greatest friends, nicest dude I've ever met, my engineer, Trevor Locke.
Okay.
I go to T-Lock Studios. It's over in Marlboro, New York.
Okay.
And he's been doing all of my music since, like, he's had like I have like 3 full albums, and he has done every single one of those songs.
Gotcha.
All 3 of those albums are no longer, you can't find them anymore because I changed up my whole style.
Okay.
But he's been with me since I changed my name to Eccentric.
Okay.
He's been there and just like done every single one of my songs, and I love that dude.
Yeah, I think it's important to have that continuity in your recordings so that you end up sounding the same. Now, time out. I don't mean sound the same, like sound like everybody. I mean sonically, your voice sounds the same.
Yeah.
You know, and you could get that same richness out of your voice if you're going to the same engineer all the time. You know, because they know you. They know where your voice might crack or might do something. They know how to engineer your voice down to make it sound professional and dope.
Yeah,
you know?
there's points like where he'll send me back another mix or another master, and he'll do something in the song that I did not ask him to do.
Right.
But he knows I like it, and I do like it.
Exactly. And I think that's just a lesson for other people out there recording music. If you're going to 4 or 5 different studios and you work with 2-3 different engineers and maybe 4 or 5 different beat makers, it's very important to have at least one element of your recording be consistent. You know, whether it be the actual studio you're recording in, so the mic is the same,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Or you're using the same engineer on the board, you know, so that they could get you sounding right in the way you're supposed to sound.
Yep.
Very important to me. So I think that's good that you're doing that now. So speaking of that, you spoke about, 3 full albums out there that aren't available. What have you been doing, I guess in recent times to really materialize your dream and what your vision is?
I dropped a project called This Matters Little in 2017, and that was the last full EP I've dropped.
Okay.
Ever since then, I've just been doing a bunch of just one-off singles, just singles here, singles there, just like throughout all 2018, just a bunch of singles, and now, beginning of 2019, just been dropping a lot of singles and features with everybody. I want to do This Matters Little Part 2. I kind of tease it out a little bit, but I don't know. I tend to make music about whatever I'm listening to, or like I make music on impulse. So like if I want to be like, oh, I want to make this a sad song, or I want to make a hype song, I want to make a darker song, and I just kind of like write it and I do it. And if I'm making an EP, I kind of want to keep a certain theme to it. So if I'm just jumping around like all that, then it's kind of hard. But I'm trying to work on This Matters Little Part 2.
Okay.
But
so
right
part
now,
1 is available for people?
Part 1, yeah, it's already out on SoundCloud. All my music is on SoundCloud under Eccentric Ren, and some songs on YouTube that people put up too.
Okay, so this is a great opportunity. Look into the camera, Ren, man, and just tell them exactly where they can find you and how they can support you.
All right, you can find me on SoundCloud or YouTube. Just put in Eccentric Ren, and then all of my stuff will be right there.
Okay, and that's it. And just follow, subscribe, all that stuff. So you're on Instagram?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, eccentric_Ren.
Okay, there you go. And is that your main tool or for getting out to the people?
Yeah, mainly. I'm on Twitter too, but I don't use it that much. It's the same thing, eccentric_Ren.
Okay.
But I'm mainly, like, you can connect me mainly on Instagram.
Instagram,
Yeah.
okay, perfect. Very good. So moving along in the interview, wanted to ask you, we talked a little bit about the type of music you make and the overall theme to some of it. And I would never categorize somebody and say, he only makes sad music. I wouldn't say that, because you might make a hype song like you just said.
Yeah.
You might make some. But, what or who are your inspirations for doing music and all this stuff?
My biggest inspiration, a lot of people already know, but the main artist I think I look up to a lot now is XXXTentacion. Rest in peace.
Yep.
But I look up to him for a lot of my songs. I also listen to a lot of Tyler the Creator, Alexis on Fire, Remo Drive, a couple bands, Knocked Loose I listen to a lot, Bones, ASAP Rocky, even some local artists around here, like I listen to a lot of Deshaun, High Life Entertainment, Waveless, Joe Pizzella. I listen to a lot of Banco Dupree too, just like a lot of local artists and a bunch of bands, indie artists, and just I'll get into like a phase where I'll listen to a certain artist or a certain genre, and then I'm like, you know what? How can I kind of like fit this into my music? So I've been listening to a lot of girl punk and like a lot of like punk bands that have female singers, and then like I just get into that vibe, and then I just kind of like I kind of try to mix that whole thing into my music and everything. And there's a female artist that I work with a lot. Her name is Gabri. She's extremely talented, but she's never made a song until I came in contact with her. She's always like been singing like for church or anything. But I found her, and then I listened to her, and then I was like, she is ridiculous. And I basically like made her get a song. And then once you realize people actually liked what they heard and listened to her, and then she's been excited. Gabri is extremely talented, probably one of the best singers I've heard around here, and like I like to expand that and everything.
Okay, perfect, man. That's what's up, though. Always, it's always nice when people reach back and try to, help out the next artist do their thing. I think that's essential for the success of any community, including our 845 here. So kudos to you for being that way. I respect that. Seems like we could sit here and we could talk about music for a long while. So let's switch it up a little bit. Let's talk about some favorite activities for Ren. If you're not recording, if you're not people watching, because you strike me as a people watcher, what are you doing for fun if you're not recording music?
I skate a lot. I hang out with my friends too.
Okay.
And mainly I'm mainly either skating or hanging out with my friends, or like I like to play like video games and everything too.
Okay.
just
so you're a
chilling
gamer.
and everything. Yeah.
Okay. There it is. And when you're gaming, what you playing?
Overwatch. That's like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Overwatch. What's that game about? I'm old. I don't know.
Overwatch is great. It's like a team-based game basically, like, and you work with your team and just try to like move point from A to B. That's all I play.
Okay. There you go. You go. So let me ask you this. I like to ask this question on the show. If somebody told you, listen, Ren, man, supplies are limited, but I could make you right now your favorite dish, but you're going to have to eat this dish for like the next 2 weeks, though. Same thing over and over. What is it going to be?
Oh, it's fried chicken.
My man! Fried chicken! Yes! I think me too sometimes. I think me too. Fried chicken with what? What do you need as a side?
Mac and cheese.
There you go. Okay,
yeah.
There you go. You and wifey go and have lunches upon lunches. She would love to have a lunch 2 weeks straight of fried chicken and mac and cheese. She is a big fan. All right, cool. And let me ask you this. I think this would be a good question for you. If Ren wants to think and just be left alone, collect your thoughts. You can't stay home because they're doing construction at the house.
Yeah.
You know? Where are you going?
Where am I going to think? I'm probably gonna get in my car and then just try to find just like a spot or something that's kind of just like just no one's there, and where I could just like sit and think. Maybe like looking at a building or like an abandoned building or something, and just kind of like hanging out and like, do you know what I'd be thinking about?
Yeah.
I think about death a lot.
Okay.
I think about what happens, or like not really what happens, but more of just what everything is. A lot of times I have this theory that kind of like you, like the world does kind of revolve around you, and sometimes I think that whoever you are as a person, like your life has been scripted out for you, right? So maybe you leave the room and then like you just shut down, and then whenever I enter the room is when people reactivate, and then that's when they need to talk to me or something. It's a crazy theory, but
yeah.
I don't know. I just sometimes like I'm just going through life, and then I'm like, it's really like none of this should work. Like the way people are, or the way everything's wired, or like how blood works and everything. Nothing should work,
but it does.
Yeah, but it does. It does, and I don't know. I'm an atheist. I don't really believe in anything, and a lot of times like I don't believe in just anything at all. I don't believe in like ghosts or aliens or just any of that.
Okay.
But I have another side of me that just thinks that like all this is planned out for you, and none of it really matters. But none of it really does really matter in the end. But
right, it is what you put into it, right? It is what it is, type of thing, and it only is what you put into it.
Yeah,
you know, and depending on your perspective, somebody could be looking at the same exact scenario and think completely things about it.
Yeah,
you're right. You could have two separate thoughts about what's happening in a scenario. That two people are experiencing. I get it now, and I can see that there's a certain level of deepness to you that I haven't gotten a chance to listen to a lot of your music, but I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong, that there is a little depth to the music. It might not be, you might not catch everything on the first listen. Would I be right when I say that?
It's a lot of what I say in my songs are like, like certain lyrics that I have that really do mean something. Like there's a song I have called Daddy Issues, where I say all she want to do is like she want to drink partisan or whatever, and I'm like I don't want to do this that or whatever, and she wants me to die, and it's that line right there is about an ex that I had who all she wanted to do was just like party and just do a bunch of drugs and everything and all that, and like I used to do it with her and everything, and I never really wanted to, and I would tell her that, but like I always just felt like she wanted me to die or just something. It was like every single one of my songs is about somebody. If you listen to my music, I might have written a song about you. Yeah, there's a lot of songs that like every single song is about someone. I have songs about friends. I have songs about like exes or people that I know. One of my best friends, Julian, he's back there. Every single one of my songs, there's a cover on it, right? Of just an image that's blurred out with an X like over the face or whatever. Sure. Most like that's for like 90% of my songs. That's like cover. The kid in that cover is Julian Rodriguez, one of my best friends, and I use him as for all my covers mainly because like a while ago I couldn't find him and like I just wanted to be like friends with them again and just like want to chill with them, but like I just used them just kind of like as my covers, and now I still kind of do like because like it's iconic and like I don't know if I've written a song about him. I'm pretty sure I have, but like if you know me, there's a 90% chance I've written a song about you.
Okay, there you go. So now I'm gonna be listening to all Ren's music from this point out, and I'm gonna see where Finally TV and Gabriel fits into that. All right, so cool, man. Now, I can dig it, man. That's what music is all about: is expressing yourself in your way and sharing it with the masses. Yeah. You know. So before we, I ask you my next and final question, real quick. I mentioned it doing shows locally, but also abroad. Explain to the people that you've been out in Texas doing some things. Say what's up to your Texas fans.
Yo, Burnett, Texas was good. I know my boys Freddie Must Die, Kuma Must Die, Zane Must Die, Guts Must Die, Aaron Must Die. Wade, I know you too. Like all the kids in Texas, those are like extremely talented kids. Brought me out to Texas, had me on the show. Okay. So dope. Okay. It's just like just being in Texas for so far. I know you guys are probably listening, and also I want to shout out Genevieve too, because you're probably listening, and she's dope, and like just texting people.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So and that leads me to my next question is, and I love this question. Tell me about a time, and maybe the first time, if you want, that you felt like a star doing all this music stuff so far.
There was a time I was playing a show at the Loft, and during my set, they started a mosh pit, and it was the first time I've ever like had a mosh pit during my set, and it was dope. And then like I just saw a bunch of people just moshing down there to my songs and everything, and then I got off, and then like I was walking down, and everyone was like, "Yo, that was fire! Like, who are you? Like this and all that." Right. I'd say that was the cool moment.
That was Jay Lene through that, right?
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
I was there, brother. Yeah, I was there. I was in the house. Finally, TV was in the building that day. I remember that. That was an experience for you.
Yeah, so it was fire.
I remember your performance actually, and you're right. He did. He had a mosh pit in front of him. And started up, and it was cool because people actually showed up to the show and they stuck around for a few artists. I had to leave before Joe Pizzella started. Yeah, but I did peep that. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. I'm glad I got to experience that. That's dope. Ren, man, it's been a pleasure talking to you, man.
Man, thank you. Yeah.
Man, I'm glad you got to tell a little bit of your story today. Hopefully we'll reconvene and do something else. I'm on that What We Talking About podcast. Yeah. So, some new music, maybe you send it my way. We'll review it on there and all that good stuff. Dope. You know what I mean? We'll talk about it. But tell the people one more time, bro, where they can find you and where they can find your music.
All right, Eccentric Ren, eccentric_Ren on all social media, on SoundCloud and YouTube, eccentric space Ren. Just put that in, and then you'll find any of my songs. And tell me which song is your favorite.
There you go. See, that's what I like. That's what I say when I say tell the people how you want them to support you. It's not just going into the page and looking at, maybe listen to a song or download one. That's a great suggestion from the artist saying, hey, tell me, what's your favorite joint?
Yeah.
What's your least favorite joint? Tell me it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you don't like my music, I'd like to hear it too.
Yeah, because you want to know. You know what I mean? But party people, Eccentric Ren in the building. I am Gabriel. We're doing our thing. Voice of the Valley, Finally TV, baby. Let's go.
Finally